Okay, let's talk about the Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson confession text messages.
Robinson, drop what you are doing. Look under my keyboard.
When the roommate looked under the keyboard, there was a note that allegedly read, I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it. Roommate.
What? You're joking, right? Robinson, I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. Roommate, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson, I'm sorry, roommate. I thought they caught the person? Robinson, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Roommate, yeah, Robinson. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. Robinson, if I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson? A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it, Robinson. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. I'd if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the expletive will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The expletive messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices bulge uwu on Fox News, I might have a stroke alright, I'm gonna have to leave it. That really expletive sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, I think that was a DAR2K scope. Robinson. Delete this exchange, Robinson. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me RN, not answering. Robinson. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty die-hard MAGA. Robinson. I'm gonna turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. Robinson. You are all I worry about, love roommate. I'm much more worried about you, Robinson. Don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. Ugh. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer, and stay silent.
Okay, so let's talk about it. There are a lot of people that are very suspicious of this whole text message exchange because if you were looking to have a case closed quickly, this is everything you would want in an exchange, and to have it all together, it just seemed very odd. I mean, I think it's odd. Here's Steve Bannon. He thought it was odd.
And as bad as it's presented in Utah, I'm not buying all of it. I'm particularly not buying those text messages. It just seems too stilted, too much like a script, actually a bad script. So we got to get to the bottom of it.
I don't know. Some people are saying that the possible motive for him doing this text exchange is to clear his roommate of any involvement. That could be the case. Who knows? I'm just saying it kind of this text exchange really wraps up everything the police need together in one spot. It's so convenient. Even Candace Owens thought this text exchange seems strange.
Yeah, these messages are clearly doctored, is what I would say. They're doctored. Now, they could decide why they're doing that. Tyler's being forthcoming. We're protecting him in some capacity. I find that to be unacceptable. Okay? Unacceptable. I want every single text message. I want timestamps. It is conspicuous that you are not telling us when this was sent, because it sounds like it's when the campus is on lockdown and he's got to go back and he's got to clean up. And then all of a sudden we're in the next day when his dad is getting clued in after the picture's been released. They're not telling us that. Okay. And you have a right to be a little bit uncomfortable about that, because I'm a lot of bit uncomfortable about that.
Just a few thoughts. This thing, we're gonna find out everything eventually because this case is gonna go to trial, and I really want a clear timeline, I guess, of the events leading up to the event, because we know that he arrived on campus with a maroon shirt, right? And then he changes at some point, goes, does the thing, limps off, hides the weapon in the woods, drives off. Well, what's very interesting though is that to think if he was able to get the weapon right out, in a way, if he didn't actually stop to hide the weapon on the way out, there's a very, very strong chance that that we'll still be looking for him. Right? Because they didn't really have much if you really think about it. I guess now they're saying that there's that screwdriver that they found on the roof, which is also, why did he have a screwdriver? I don't know. But if he was able to get the weapon out, there was a very strong chance that we'll still be looking for him today, because he wouldn't have turned himself in if the pictures of the weapon got posted, because that's initially what really sparked the family to question him, because the weapon is his grandfather's rifle, right? And it's kind of like that's grandpa's rifle. What, and so if he was able to get it out, there's a good chance we'll still be looking for him. But who knows? That could be a conversation for another day. If the family did not turn him in, would the FBI have caught up to him eventually? Maybe, maybe not. Because there's talking more about they found a screwdriver that they matched with, supposedly, allegedly, they matched with the weapon and whatnot. But again, if he was able to get the weapon out, we would not even be having this conversation right now. What do you guys think about how the case is going so far?